Hi, this video is going to be a very short one. It's about Hargreaves, the man who will be in charge of recruitment plans at the club for this summer. As we now know, John Murtough tendered his resignation last week, and now he has effectively left the club. He left the club 2 days ago. That was on Tuesday. He has been the director of football, and he has been the one who was in charge, fully in charge of recruitment plans for the club. He was responsible for the purchase of Mason Mount, Andre Onana, for the loan of Sophia Amrabat, and for all those players who went out on loan. He has been the one responsible. But now he's gone. So there is a void in that position. There's no director of football as at now. So there's a void. That is why Ineos Group have now announced that Hargreaves will be in charge of recruitment plans for this summer. Hargreaves is not known to many fans of Manchester United. But the thing is that he has been at the club. And in 2022, he assumed the position of Director of Football Negotiations, or you can call it Director of Players Negotiations. In effect, he was heavily involved in the recruitment of players last summer. He was heavily involved in loaning out players last summer and last January. So he knows one or two things about recruitment. Now he is going to be in charge of recruitment plans. He is still the director of football negotiations. But because we don't have a director of football for now, we are aware that Dan Ashworth is going to be the next director of football at the club. But he's on gardening leave. Newcastle wouldn't let him leave. The club is still negotiating with Newcastle about the compensation package. Newcastle wants a lot of money, £20 million, but the club is not ready to pay that. Actually, it's too much for a director of football. So, in any way, the negotiations are still going on, and Dan Ashworth cannot assume the position of director of football this summer. He will not be here. Maybe as from January onwards in 2025, he can officially assume that position. But now, it's not going to be there. Somebody has to do it. That is where Hargreaves comes in. He's going to be in charge. I think he's going to be joined by somebody, by Jason Wickers. You are aware that Jason Wickers is the director of football at Southampton. United have pushed him. So he's coming to join Manchester United. He's coming to be the technical director of the club. It therefore means he's going to work hand in hand with Hargreaves in the recruitment of players this summer. He's capable. He's been doing it. He was at Manchester City. He worked with Omar Berrada, the new CEO. So he's a capable hand. So right now, even though Dan Ashworth is not going to be around, not until next year, we still have capable hands who will carry out that function, recruit players for the club. But the problem now is, Wickers is coming, that is JC Wickers, is coming to become the new technical director. What of the existing technical director? Because we have one, that is Darren Fletcher. What is going to happen to him? Darren Fletcher became the technical director during the time of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he has been there doing that job ever since. But what exactly he does, I do not know. So now, Ineos do not want to lose him. Don't forget, he played for Manchester United. It's always like that. They don't always want to lose one of their own, even when they are not very good, even when they are managing very badly, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He wasn't a good manager for Manchester United. He wasn't up to the job, but he was retained. Why? Because legend of the club. You know what I mean? So, reports now are that Darren Fletcher would not leave the club because the Ineos group, that is Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Sir Dave Braceford, and the Ineos group do not want to let him go. But it depends on him. It depends on what he desires. Would he want to remain at the club, or would he want to go? But if he wants to remain at the club, the Ineos group, they are going to look for a position for him at the club. Though no more as a technical director, but somewhere else they will fix him there. So right now, even though we don't have a director of football or football director, you can use those terms interchangeably. It doesn't matter how you say it. But we have capable hands in the form of Matt Hargreaves and JC Wickers. Matt Hargreaves has been in that position, has been negotiating for the recruitment of players. So, whether Casemiro is going to remain or is going to be sold, whether Rafael Varane is going to be given a new contract, whether Aaron Wan-Bissaka is going to be sold, and what players are going to be bought, whether we are going to buy a new striker, will depend on Matt Hargreaves. Those are the decisions he's going to take this summer. Hard decisions. We hope he does well. We hope he's better than John Murtough. We hope he's able to buy good players for the club, good recruitments. That is what I have for you this morning. Matt Hargreaves is going to be the man in charge of recruitment plans for this very summer. Don't forget, in June, the summer transfer period will start. You see, Manchester United, every January, they already had a plan for the summer. They've already identified the players they want to buy. And I suppose this January is not an exemption. If they have already done that this January, it therefore means Matt Hargreaves has a strong hand in that. Matt Hargreaves was heavily involved in that. So he is going to carry out that plan. But it doesn't mean that all the targets they want can be got. You can want player A, he doesn't want to come. Then you go to plan B. Player B doesn't want to come. Then you go to plan C. Manchester United have scouts everywhere in the world, in every country, who are scouting for players. The thing now is that there's no void in the recruitment department. John Murtough is gone, but in comes Matt Hargreaves. Though he is not the director of football, neither is he acting as director of football. He remains as the director of football negotiations. So there's no void in the sense that whatever plan they already have in place, he has been part of that plan and he's going to execute that plan. But we hope that he does well. We hope that he brings the players that will excite us. Not paying heavily for players and the players are not good enough. We hope he gets us players that are very good, that are good, in fact more than good enough for the club. That is what we hope for. So we wish him the best and we wish the club the best. So It has been Arise United Devils and Chrisley Agbok out there. I'll speak with you in a bit.